Here is why you're a failure when everyone else is winning around you. The number one thing is you're not consistent enough. There's so many people out there who are just out consistenting you, out disciplining themselves every day, out believing that they can do it, so they apply the steps and they follow the steps every single day to do it. This is why people at the gym get bigger than you. This is why people who read books are smarter than you. People who play video games are better than you at them, because they are consistently applying the effort and putting in effort and effort and effort and effort and effort, and eventually coming out on top, not because they were more talented, but because they have applied more effort and have more hours in it than you. A lot of people say like it takes 10,000 hours to master a subject, and I think that's true. I think the more time you put into it, the better effort you get, the better you get at a subject. A lot of people kind of disregard that. And 10,000 hours doesn't come in 24 hours. It doesn't come in a day. It doesn't come in weeks. It comes in years of putting in the effort. And that comes in small steps that gradually get bigger over time. The number one reason why you're failing and everyone else is succeeding is because everyone else is putting in that little step. That step with their eyes closed at the beginning. The first 1,000 hours are probably the hardest because you don't get rewarded with what you want. You're still learning all of the new stuff. You're still learning how to develop your skills or try all the new things or learn some new thing that you need to add to your repertoire in order to get better. A lot of people, they try and skip all that. You can't. Time is the winner. Time is the victor when it comes to stuff like that. What I'm going to say here is, okay, another big reason is you're putting a lot of effort in a short amount of time. That's really bad for you. A lot of people don't realize that. They're like, oh, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it hard and I'm going to do it fast. No, that's not what is going to win you, what you want. What's going to win you is a consistent step of discipline towards whatever subject you're trying to learn. That's just the truth. A lot of people are like, oh, like if I work harder at it, in a shorter amount of time than you, all you're going to do is burn yourself out. There's so many people out there that burn themselves out. They're like, oh, why can't I do this anymore? Why am I so frustrated in this subject? Well, it's because you burned yourself out. You did all this work and now you're frustrated because you haven't learned that much, because you haven't been taking the proper steps. You're trying to skip all that. You're trying to get good fast. Well, that never happens. People don't get good fast. It takes time, plenty of it, and consistency, and consistently working on how to figure out whatever subject it is, whatever thing you're trying to do, whatever thing you're trying to succeed in. That's what leads you to the victory that you can claim. This is the truth. A lot of people are like, why am I not good at this? And I can repeat this subject over and over. Like I said, consistency kills. It does. If you're repeating it and going into it, you will win. You will be victorious. Another big reason is you're not learning properly. What I mean by that is you're trying to start from the middle. Okay? You can never start from the middle and learn all of the subjects. You have to learn the basics. You have to start at the beginning of whatever subject you're trying to learn. A lot of people don't think about this. A lot of people kind of try and skip all of the beginning steps that all of the people who are really good got down packed. A big visual for this is learning how to ollie on a skateboard. You need to learn how to ollie on a skateboard before you learn how to kickflip. The people that are really good at kickflipping are extremely good at ollieing. They're good at the basics. They're good at pushing. They're good at, moving the board around. I think about skateboarding just because, it's very clear steps to achieve the goal that you're trying to achieve. And yeah, it's true. You have to start from the beginning. If you don't start from the beginning, you're starting behind, because now you have to unlearn all the things you already learned to start at the beginning. The best thing to do is start at the beginning. You do that, you'll defeat anyone. And if you do that and you pick up on that, you pick up on the beginning very fast, then you can start learning the middle things. Then you can start learning the cool things, the end game things, right? But the beginning stages are so important. You can't skip out on those. If you skip out on those, you'll fail. You'll be very uncomfortable because you're failing. Why am I failing? Why am I failing? Because you're not starting at the right spot, dummy. Another big thing, I talk about this all the time. Your friends are who you are. You need good mentors. You need good people around you. You need people around you that are going to benefit, your circumstances. They're going to help you succeed in your goals. And if they're not around you for those reasons, if they're not going to help you succeed, they're not going to help you succeed. They're going to help you fail. They're going to help you become a failure. And you don't want to be a failure. You want to be a winner. You want to be able to be a succeeder, an achiever, someone who can set goals out in their lives and achieve them and not worry or not get frustrated. Go through the speed bumps that everyone else went through and succeed at those. It's very important. If you don't do that, you're not going to win. And I want you to win. Winning is fun when you do it right. Everyone hates a cheater. Everyone hates someone that didn't earn it properly. Excuse me. Didn't earn it properly. Didn't do the right things. Tried to cut the corners, and you get burned because you cut the corners. Can't cook a steak on hot. You got to heat it up slowly until it's perfect. Okay, if you heat up a steak on the maximum temperature trying to cook it fast, it burns the outside and doesn't cook the inside. We're like this steak. We're trying to get perfect, that perfect medium rare, baby. And that's what you got to do. You can't achieve what you want if you're going at it fast. It's a slow cooking process, man. We take our steps gradually. How far can you sprint? Because I can only sprint probably 200 feet very well. After 200 feet, I'm tired. But I can walk 10 miles. Oh! Maybe he's saying something. Maybe he's saying something smart. Maybe he's saying something I should listen to. Yeah, you should listen to it. Because I'm saying smart things. I mean, come on. If a 23-year-old can figure this out, you can figure it out. Use your brains. Let's use these big brains we got. It'll work out a lot better in our favor. This has been Quinn McDonald. I'll catch you on the next side.